Hey people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new recent reads video. The first book on this list is called Never a Hero. This book is a YA urban fantasy sequel to Only a Monster, and it was one of my most anticipated releases of the entire year, and I'm so glad it lived up to that expectation. I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars because I was immediately swept away into this wonderful adventure. First of all, I was not at all confused when starting this book, which I was afraid I would be, because oftentimes whenever I start sequels, especially when it's been over a year since I've read the first one, I often don't remember what happened, but this book started off right away, and it was so exciting and absolutely so riveting. The plot is so engaging and so interesting. The time traveling aspects made so much sense. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. Like, the family dynamics are so awesome and so interesting. This book is absolutely so amazing, and it's so well done. And I'm so excited to see how the series will end in the third book, which I believe comes out next June, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I'm so excited to read it because this book was absolutely so good. Such a strong, solid sequel. So anyway, with all that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. I would highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Saving Sunshine. This book is a middle-grade graphic novel, and it follows 2 siblings and how saving a turtle, or trying to at least, brings them closer together. I like this book so much that I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. First of all, the illustrations were so pretty, and they really made the story so much more vibrant and vivid than it already was. The story is absolutely so stunning. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. I really enjoyed the sibling dynamic and how the story explained like their dynamic from the beginning to the end and how it was different. The Muslim representation was so spot on, and it was so lovely, and it was so great. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. This book is absolutely so good, and it's so underrated, and it deserves so much more hype. Like, everything about this book was absolutely so good and so wholesome, and I just really, really enjoyed it so much. So anyway, in conclusion, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I would highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Threads That Bind. This book is a YA fantasy set in a world where children of the gods inherit their powers, and it follows a young main character who's the descendant of one of the Greek fates, and she must solve a series of impossible murders to save herself, her sisters, and her city. This book is absolutely so good, and honestly, I was really afraid that it wouldn't live up to all of its hype, but it absolutely did, and I'm so excited that I read it, and I'm absolutely so intrigued by the sequel. I think it comes out next June, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, this book was absolutely so good. First of all, the world building was so incredible, and it was so stunning. I loved the conversation surrounding like destiny versus fate. The plot is so exciting and so intriguing and absolutely so engaging. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. I'm very curious and very intrigued as to where the romance will go in the next book. The sister relationship was so well done. I just really, really enjoyed it. Like, the characters are so well developed and so distinct. This book is absolutely so good, and like I said, it's worth all of its hype and so much more. So with that said, I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, and I would highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Into the Bright Open. This story is a YA sapphic retelling of The Secret Garden, and it's absolutely so excellent. First of all, the writing was so excellent and so lyrical. I love the significance of the title. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The sapphic romance was so lovely and so well paced. I immediately fell in love with them. The mystery was absolutely so captivating. I've read the original Secret Garden many, many years ago, so I don't quite remember anything about the story, which made this story so much more interesting and more intriguing because I had no idea what would happen next. And for example, I had no idea how like the main plot line would wrap up. So anyway, with that said, this book is absolutely so good, and it's so exciting and just so interesting and just really, really awesome and wholesome and just really well done. This book is absolutely so good, like I've said multiple times, and it deserves all of its hype and so much more. I loved it all, and I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called The Spirit Glass. This story is a middle-grade Filipino fantasy that follows a young Filipino main character who must venture into the spirit realm when the balance between the spirit world and the human world is thrown out of balance. This story is absolutely so excellent and so fantastic, and it was on my last TBR. I'm so glad that it lived up to those high expectations. I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars as well because I really enjoyed it. First of all, the world building was so exciting and it was so interesting. The plot is so intriguing and so engaging. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. I loved the group dynamic literally so much. Like Roshani Chokshi literally historically always does such a great job like creating such wonderful, well-developed, distinct main characters that you can't help but just like fall in love with so much. The world building was so inventive and it was absolutely so magical, which is no exception when it comes to her books. This book is absolutely so fantastic and it's so excellent. I'm not sure if there are sequels in the series or if this book was a standalone, but regardless, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars and I would highly recommend it. So in conclusion, honestly, September has not been as great of a reading month as I had hoped it would be, but honestly, right now, it's only 9/11, so I'm hopeful that by the time that you're watching this video on the 21st, my reading month has improved. So anyway, in conclusion, I rated all of these books 4 out of 5 stars, so I would highly recommend all of them. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the kiwi emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.